My ex is moving in with us. That's when I knew it was over. I'm 32 now, and even though some time has passed, I still feel that tight, sick knot in my stomach when I think about that night. It was supposed to be quiet, a stress-relieving evening trying out a new pasta recipe. I'm not exactly a culinary genius, so I was already out of my comfort zone. Garlic sizzled in the pan, sauce bubbled low on the stove, and that's when my girlfriend, Stephanie, 29, walked in mid-conversation on the phone, giggling. She ended the call and smiled like nothing was off. "Hey," she said, popping an olive into her mouth like she owned the kitchen, like she hadn't just been talking to someone who made my skin crawl. Then she dropped the bomb. "So, Justin's lease fell through. Total nightmare. I told him he could stay here for a few weeks, maybe a month or two, just until he sorts things out." Justin. Her ex. The guy she dated for 3 years. The name alone was enough to make me stop stirring the sauce. Fees. My thoughts stalled like a buffering video stuck at 99%. For a few long seconds, all I could hear was garlic simmering. And somehow, I said okay. I don't even know why I said it. Maybe I was in shock. Maybe part of me hoped she was joking. Or maybe I knew, deep down, that this wasn't a conversation. It was a decision she'd already made. Stephanie grinned and clapped her hands. "Oh, amazing. I knew you'd be cool with it. You're the best, Brandon." Then she kissed my cheek and hummed her way to the bathroom to take a shower. I stood there like an idiot, wooden spoon in hand, trying to process what the hell just happened. My heart was pounding. This wasn't compromise. This wasn't respect. This was a massive boundary being trampled, and she didn't even think it needed a conversation. My first instinct was to confront her, demand an explanation, tell her absolutely not. But then a colder, sharper thought cut through the panic. This isn't a misunderstanding. She made a choice. And if I didn't act fast, I was about to have a new roommate, one who used to sleep with my girlfriend. So while she was in the shower, I got to work. Not out of rage. Not out of spite. But out of survival. I climbed to the top of the wardrobe and pulled down her suitcases. Took longer than I expected. The weight of it, both physical and emotional, slowed me down. I wasn't careful. Clothes were shoved in, half-folded. Makeup, face creams, shoes, chargers, bras, books. I didn't separate things perfectly. I just grabbed what was obviously hers and packed until the bedroom no longer looked shared. By the time I was done, it was past midnight. My back hurt. My hands were shaking. The adrenaline buzz made me feel like I was on the verge of collapse. I called 3 locksmiths before I found one willing to come out. When he arrived, he looked skeptical. "You the primary resident?" I showed him my lease and ID. "Yeah," I said, my voice low. "I need the locks changed tonight." The new deadbolt clicked into place just after 2 a.m. That's when I found Justin's number, buried in my contacts from when Stephanie had borrowed my phone to call him once. She'd saved him as just X. Fitting. I dragged her bags to the curb. 3 suitcases, 2 tote bags, and a mess of shoes. I snapped a quick photo and texted him. "Stephanie's moving in with you. Her stuff is on my curb. Dress attached. She seems to think you'll be thrilled." Then I went inside and collapsed on the couch. But peace didn't come. My phone exploded. "Stephanie. WTF is this? My bags are on the street. Are you deranged? Asterisk. Answer your phone right now. You're out of your mind. Asterisk. I didn't answer. It only got worse. Voicemails filled with shouting. Texts calling me a monster. Missed calls back to back. At 1:30 a.m., the real fallout arrived. Banging at the door. Screaming. Stephanie was outside, furious and wild-eyed. Justin was behind her, clearly uncomfortable, barely looking up. "You psycho. Let me in. This is my home too." I kept my voice even though it shook. "Stephanie, this is my apartment. I'm on the lease. You tried to move your ex in without even asking. You made your choice. Your things are with him now. Please leave. You're abusive. You're controlling. she screamed, pounding on the door. Eventually, Justin pulled her away. She yelled something about calling the police. I stayed up all night, flinching at every creak, every passing car. Around 3 a.m., my best friend Amanda called. She sounded stunned. Steph's hysterical. He says you lost it. That you threw her out and locked her out. I was exhausted. I explained everything. The sudden decision. The complete disregard for my opinion. Amanda listened. She sighed. Look, having Justin move in. That's a garbage move. I get why you're pissed. But throwing her out like that, harsh. The next morning, more texts, demands, accusations, claims I was sabotaging her job by withholding her laptop charger, her teapot, her important documents. I responded once. I packed what was obviously yours. If you need specific essential items, send a list through Justin. I'll look when I can and leave them in the lobby. You are not coming inside. When the messages turned venomous, I blocked her. Then I called Dave, a paralegal friend. I wanted reassurance. I got caution instead. She's not on the lease, that's good. But she's lived there over 6 months. Got mail there. Even bought groceries. Some states call that implied residency. You're probably okay. But save everything. If she shows up with the cops, stay calm. Explain that she tried to move her ex in without your consent. No guarantees. Just more anxiety. Around noon, Justin texted, surprisingly politely. Hey, Stephanie's asking for a list of her things. Can you let me know when you might be able to look? No apology. No recognition of the chaos. Just more expectation. In the days that followed, the pressure didn't let up. Stephanie didn't try to break in again, but others reached out. Her sister Rebecca called, voice dripping with judgment. She says you threw her out with nothing. That you had a breakdown. I tried to explain, but Rebecca didn't really want to hear it. Even if she handled it poorly, kicking her out like that, that's cold. At least return the work charger. She needs it. Later that night, Justin sent a list. Some reasonable items. Charger, teapot, a blanket. Some ridiculous ones. Half the spice rack, a blue vase that was a gift from my aunt, the good olive oil. I spent hours sorting through everything. Found some of her mail, a chipped teapot, a few books. No charger. 4 days later, I was emotionally spent. The apartment still felt like it echoed with her presence. I wasn't angry anymore, just numb. I didn't regret standing up for myself. But I did realize how much easier it is to lose someone than to undo their imprint on your life. And no, Justin never officially moved in. But neither did Stephanie ever again.